What if your boy told you that he was paying rent to a girl that owned the house? How would you deal with that?
Now I live here with my boyfriend. He pays me $1,500 in rent, and I pay the $2,300 in difference.
That's what Andrew Tate's take was. I don't think he was disagreeing that women should not drive. I think he was saying that his expensive cars, he doesn't let women drive them because...
He didn't say that. He said any of my cars.
Which are all supercars. He doesn't drive a Prius, bro.
Hello and welcome to Also About Everything podcast. This is the podcast where we receive stories, tips, and tactics from entrepreneurs who have done it. Today is a wild card.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Alex.
And I'm Ono Sinde.
And we've given you interview after interview after interview.
Banger after banger.
So listen, we're going to have a wild card. We're giving you collision.
Mm-hmm.
We're giving you a lot. So
A lot of trending topics.
most definitely.
Yes,
so
sir.
Let's talk about... Matter of fact, how was collision for you, bro?
Collision for me was, I think it could have been better. It was a great event. Like, same thing. The one thing I love about collision, they know how to replicate the same type of event every single year. I think we had a very delayed start. And I think because, you with the job, the demands that it takes from you, you could not get there on time. So we're kind of thrown off flow. Mm-hmm. But overall, we scrambled. And we still put out a great production with the people that we had on the podcast. So it turned out great. It started off slow, but we always finish on top.
Most definitely.
The thing is, bro, I just wasn't feeling very social that week. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel, because I'm a very social guy, and I love to network. Mm-hmm. But there was something about the air in that collision week. I just didn't feel even when you're inviting me, let's go to this launch party, let's go to this networking party. I was like, man, I just don't have the bandwidth to network and to chat. So and I think that energy kind of carried on to collision, because I could have gone to collision myself without you there because you were at work. But even when I was at the event, there's just something I felt like I need to be doing something to really be here to showcase for something. And I think it's because I put pressure on myself for Uplift Studios just to make it pop and just to get clients. So every time I'm thinking about going out, I'm like, bro, I need to be working on things. I need to be setting this up. I need to set this system up. So my social battery was just low. But when we were there, we're pros, man. We know how to have a conversation. We know how to get energetic. So I turned it around for the things that we had allocated for that evening, for that afternoon, and we made it happen. But it was a successful event.
Most definitely. What was your favorite interview?
Favorite interview? Man, I gotta give it up to my guy Kyle Rose, man. It's been long overdue. He is a longtime supporter of the show. So to give him a platform and just to get him to chat about what he's doing with cyber AI and feature him and actually, you're actually making moves. That was it was great to give back. And of course we had Ayo, the biggest plays we've had when we're starting the podcast. So it's actually great to interview him in person, and also Alfred, right? Amazing interview, man. I had fun. I would say it was my favorite. I enjoyed the interview, but there was something sentimental about Kyle.
It's like a full circle moment.
Full circle moment, exactly.
Yeah, from supporter to interview. Most definitely.
Yeah.
On my end, I'm going to say the last one. I like Kyle's as well. Shout out Kyle, my guy. I'm going to say the last one. Ayo's was probably my favorite. It felt very natural. It felt like I was just chilling with the boys in tech. Mm-hmm. So I think that one was probably my absolute favorite so far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And just to see how he's grown as a person. Because that time we were with him, he'd gotten jobs of Microsoft, Facebook, and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And just to see the plans that he has for the future and actually just see him talk about it, with text giving, uplifting Black tech talent. Mm-hmm. That was awesome to chat about.
Most definitely. Yeah. Speaking of boys, though.
What's up?
What if your boy told you that he was paying rent to a girl that owned the house? How would you deal with that? Because to give context, there's a clip from Monica Church. All right, I'm gonna put the clip in here.
CNBC make it.
Yes. Link below if you want to check it out for yourself.
Now I live here with my boyfriend. He pays me $1,500 in rent and I pay the $2,300 in difference. It is changing though because I am in contract on a house with my boyfriend in Palm Springs, California. The mortgage on that home is going to be $6,100 a month.
So CNBC Make It is a show that CNBC does. It covers a lot of millennials who are between like 20 to 30 years old. Actually, like maybe 35, 40.
Millennials, yeah. So
millennials, right?
I think it's like millennials. I think it's like 28 to 35 right now.
Yeah, so
maybe
like
45.
Yeah, it's up to like 1984, right? So 1984 and later.
Yeah.
And they cover like what they do for a living. So some people are like, okay, living in Seattle for $70K, or you have like a 22-year-old living in Texas making $65K, but it just showcases what they spend on in a month based on the income that they have. And I don't know what the whole purpose of the show is. It's just to show how people control their money.
You know what it is that people are curious. Everyone wants to know what the neighbor's doing. You know, like neighbors are very curious. Like I remember one of a girl I was talking to. She's worked for the city, and she'd always get complaints from neighbors talking about neighbors. A neighbor would go into a neighbor's house for dinner and see that they have something that's not according to the standards of that neighborhood and call the city on them because they don't want the neighbors to thrive.
Yeah.
You know, or they just are in people's business. And they want to know, all right, what does living on 500K look like? What does living on 40K look like? It's interesting to see how people survive in this world.
Yeah.
And that's what Money Money is about.
It piques the curiosity of what we're all thinking about.
Piques the curiosity, man. And there needs to be one for Canada. There needs to be like a Canadian coin.
Because like the US dollar, like comparing that, like watching 80K and saying, okay, that's how much. So 80K US, that's like 60K Canadian, right? Yeah. So, I mean, the US dollar.
No, it's the opposites.
So
80K US is like 110K Canadian.
Got you. Exactly. That's what I meant to say. So I was thinking of the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, a couple of our friends have been on CNBC Make It.
Shout out Den.
Shout out to Den and Steph.
Yep.
And
Steph and Den.
They were showcasing, they were making what, like 50, 60K?
No, I think it was, each person made about 60K.
Each
so
person.
it was like 120.
So they combined both incomes.
They combined both incomes and then made it 89 or something like that, 85, something like that, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, actually.
So are we gonna answer the thing about the bro living?
Yeah. Give your answer. I'll give my take, and then I'll go to something else.
I mean, listen. Guys, how do I even start this, man? I just don't like when a girl is taking care of me. I'm a very old-fashioned dude, and like I feel like I lose my masculinity. It's not losing my masculinity, but it's an attack on my masculinity. Yes. Call me fragile or whatever, but as a dude, I was like raised to be like the provider. Like I'm like, okay, you're the guy, you take care of the woman if she's living with you, and just to pay your girl rent, I'm like, yo, it kind of just ruins the romantic vibe of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving into my girl's crib. That's actually just like, what are you doing as a dude?
So all right,
that's the thing. There's a thing about like the dynamic of the relationship, and then there's your chick is taking care of you.
All right, so let's break it down.
And no, bro, you look wasted when your girl is taking care of you.
So here's the thing. All right, so you're dating.
Okay.
You meet this girl. You like her. You think she's attractive. You're getting along swimmingly, right? And then she says, "All right, how much you making?" I guess to the how much money you making type of discussions.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And she's like, "Well, I have a real estate portfolio. I'm bringing in around $500,000 a year." How do you move from that? Are you gonna back out? Or are you gonna be? Because most guys are not making that. That's a 1% income in this country. So if you find out a girl's making a 1% income and says, "Yo, I'm still loving the time I'm spending with you. Would you want to move in with me?"
Bro, the thing about this is that she essentially controls every decision you make within the household.
Yeah, you're a tenant.
You're a tenant.
She could tell you.
She can tell
out.
She has all the leverage. She has all the leverage within the relationship. So pretty much. Oh no, that was just the speaker going off, but it's disconnected. So the speaker is off.
Continue.
So guys, like we have this thing when the speaker goes off, there's a notification on someone's phone, someone does 10 push-ups. Isaac and Alex did a couple push-ups, 10. You know, Alex, you're not going deeper with those push-ups, bro.
Bro, I was going
bro. Your chest was not touching the ground, bro.
Your chest is not supposed to touch the ground.
But yo, like your elbows, bro, your elbows were locked in, and you're like just kind of moving like 2 inches.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Isaac, do you co-sign this? Or was it doing push-ups right?
I think you need to, you have to go the depth.
Yeah, all right. Listen, there's a video in. So if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you'll see it.
Yeah.
And you can comment yourself if I was doing the push-ups correctly.
The depth of your push-ups
my butt was a bit high. I'll give you that. Yeah, but my chest was going down. It was below my elbows for sure.
We'll let the fans decide, bro.
All
but
right.
You're not going deep. But what I'm saying is, it's like, yo, if your girl is taking care of you as a dude, you should be embarrassed, right? Well, if she's paying for everything and you're just kind of like, you're not doing anything to at least make more than half of her income. Let's say making 300 bands and she's making 500K. I mean, I'll be cool with that. But you as a regular guy making 80K salary, right, which is decent, right?
So you let her go. Is that the play? If you meet a girl that's making 1% income, do you let her go and let her go? Is that what you do?
Man, that's a tough thing, man. I, first of all, wouldn't even put myself in that position, man, because I gotta feel like I'm holding my end of the bargain.
I don't think So I don't think this guy did that on purpose. You know, he was dating around, found the girl that was making that much money and liked her, and was like, I mean, I like you, so why don't we just continue this thing going? And she's like, all right, well, to live in my house, the cost of that would be this much money.
But yo,
Isaac wants to talk. All right, Isaac, come. Go ahead.
But what if she said living there for free? Would that be better?
That would be Isaac just asked living there for free.
Yeah.
I think that would be worse.
That'd be exactly.
You're mooching off your girl. You're
mooching off of it, exactly.
But the fact that you're paying her rent, it just ruins the whole dynamic of the relationship.
So like you're giving. So what option do you have? You can't buy the house.
You don't live in the crib with her.
Or you just say no.
You don't. You gotta maintain your independence, bro. You cannot. As a man, you've got to be able to be mobile. You've got to be able to be autonomous. And your girl taking care of you like that, just like, okay, pay me rent. This is my house. This is whatever. And mind you, she's making 500K a year, bro. Uh-huh. And you're making like nothing close to that.
Let's give him high 90s, 100K.
100K. You're not making 500 bands. So the fact that she's still demanding you to pay rent when she owns the crib, and like, okay, she's paying her mortgage and she's making $29,000 a month. Yeah. She's netting that. And you're paying her rent. And in this climate now, everything is all about equality, right? So if a girl was to come in and to say, oh my God, you're making 500K and you want me to pay 1,500? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Then it's a whole thing. Like, okay, you can't. That's acceptable.
That is interesting.
But as a guy,
if a guy was to ask a girl for rent for a place that he owns,
and he's making $500,000.
It'll be wild.
So you see how the rules are different for us.
That is interesting. There's a gender. What's the word I'm looking for?
Disparity. Gender disparity.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna be moving down this path of gender equality and everything, if you as a woman, if you're like a modern woman these days, which everybody is now, and you want to go down that path, then you should be paying the rent. But me as a traditional guy, I will never allow that, right? Even like, because it's women, you're supposed to take care of them. So I'm just playing devil's advocate to the common argument that's being played out here.
So all right, so in this case, you're saying that the guy should stay in his, let's say he has a 2K a month studio condo in a high rise. You're saying you should stay in that condo and have the girl in her nice house.
Exactly, bro. You're a man. Like, have your own shit. Like, don't let a chick take care of you.
But that sounds counterintuitive in terms of like a long-term relationship. Like, you're trying to build something and then you're like, all right, well, because I'm a man, your house is nice and all, but I'm a man, so I can't live in here.
Bro, it's all about your manhood. Like,
That is,
your girl is gonna lose attraction for you the more she starts like taking care of you and mothering for you. She's gonna start seeing
well,
you
she's
as her
not
son.
mothering you. She's not taking.
She's gonna be like, yo, you're my son. Like if I tell you to take out the garbage, you're taking out the garbage.
No. If he's not paying anything, then I think he's doing it. But it is a weird relationship.
Bro,
either
like
way.
that's a lot of money to be making a year, and you're still asking me to pay rent, and you own the joint.
Yeah,
That is
it's a big.
That's
it's
crazy.
It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
for sure.
man. I would maintain my independence until we got married. But you
Yeah.
guys are dating, bro.
Mhm.
So that's my take on it. Like, guys, be independent until you get married, because if a woman owns the crib and you're moving in, she should be moving in with you.
No, moving in with you, moving together into a place,
Or just getting your own space together, like starting afresh.
Exactly.
But
starting
moving
fresh.
moving into a chick's crib, man, that's so unmanly.
It does sound a bit crazy. I
Yeah.
won't lie, but life makes decisions difficult. You know what I'm saying? You never know what could happen in someone's life.
Would you?
know?
What would you do? Would you move in the crib?
Honestly, man, I hope I'm not never in that situation.
Because you can finesse that.
It feels lose. Honestly,
Mhm.
it feels like either like you're gonna live in a 1-bedroom condo, 2-bedroom condo, and just be by yourself because you're with the girl, so you're taken, and then be traveling over there. She coming to you. It feels like a logistical nightmare over time as you're building a relationship with somebody.
She's wearing the pants, bro.
At that stage, she would be. So now, how would she be wearing the pants in your sense?
What do we determine in society who has control of the relationship? Is whoever earns more. And in the dynamic of
Not whoever owns more, whoever owns exponentially more. Because if someone's making 90K and someone making 60K, you're not feeling that. But if someone making 500K, someone making 90K, you're feeling that. It's
you're
like
feeling that.
yeah.
There's a big difference there.
It's when it's exponentially more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when it really matters.
And man, I think women too, they don't like it when they make exponentially more than a guy.
No.
Because I think they're wired to be provided for.
Hypergamy,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if she feels like the roles are reversed, she'll never feel like she's in her feminine nature as like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you as a guy, you'll never feel like as if like you're ever enough for her. So everything will be always just you're comparing to your missus in the entire time. So it's a very touchy topic.
Yeah. It is touchy.
Yeah, man, just get your money up, bro.
What I would do, I honestly don't know what I would do, man. I think you
leave the relationship.
Nah, that sounds crazy to leave a girl you like because she's making more money than you.
We're living in
it does feel a bit crazy.
It does, yeah, it does feel a bit crazy.
So it's like it's an ego check. It's like, all right, so what makes the most sense here? You know, man. Honestly, I'm like at a loss for words. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would want to move in.
The fact that you don't have an answer is an answer, like in a sense that that's an uncomfortable situation to be in.
I 100% think it's an uncomfortable situation to be in. I don't think I'd want to be in a situation where I'm paying my girl rent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that is a comfortable dynamic to be in. You know, an argument happens. She can tell your ass, you know what, I want you to, especially depending on what state you're in too. Because if you're in Texas, there's like the landlord tenant. Like you can just tell somebody to leave and they got to get out. In Ontario, it's totally different. You know, people can squat in your condo.
They can live there,
and then you got to like.
And you can't
take them to court.
You can't kick them out.
Process, yeah, so different thing. Which is even worse. Imagine that guy did that to. Oh, I see. That's disgusting. That's haram.
That's haram.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, honestly, I would do my best to avoid that whole situation.
Man, you know the thing is, women like that. It reminds you of like the what's the Issa Rae show? Insecure. You know, the lawyer girl.
Okay.
What's her character?
Yvonne Orji.
That's her real name, but Molly.
Yeah.
She's like a baller. She is a complete baller. And it feels like women who are really, really successful always have a hard time finding like a guy who's on their level. Because typically guys who are on that level, they're already established by the time they're in their mid-30s and they're already in a relationship. And women who climb up in success and they become very successful, by the time they're like that successful, it's never in their 20s because everyone's always climbing up. So the thing is, when dudes are successful, they're now playing. They're playing the game now. They're actually out here dating. They're having fun. They're taking trips with the boys and everything. They don't want to settle down. Right? Because there's like this TikTok, this chick, I saw it stitched a couple times.
Oh yeah. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's like wearing like pink. She's in pink things. Like
yeah.
it's like, where are guys now? Like what are you doing at 30? Like, don't you want to be like settled down? Like, figure out your life. I'm like, yo, the same dude that you were curving in his 20s who was like out here making his way up, you were being taken out, you're being flown out, you're going to Dubai, you're doing all these crazy trips by guys who are already established. So now like the time you want to settle down, the guys that are now settled down timeline, they're trying to play. They're trying to get the years they've been in the basement. And this is what we're talking about earlier, bro. Like we're like, here, okay, bro, we got to get in shape. We got to get our money up. We got to whatever. So you and I are like 29 right now. Hey, you're 30, by the way. Sorry to remind you that.
Just turned
30. Just see this is where just is actually justified. Was it Shondell was just like, I just turned 30? That was like 8 months ago. Stop claiming that. But what I'm saying is this, is that when we get to 34, 35, we're popping, business is doing well, we're making millions, we're doing whatever. We want to be out in like Monte Carlo, we want to be out in Lake Como, we want to be boat. Yo, bro, remember how Courtney was living? Like when he was on vacation for like a month, he was out here at Grand Prix. He's driving a Porsche. He's doing everything. I was just like, bro, Courtney, you deserve this shit because you have been grinding to be a lawyer. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, bro. So that's us right now. So the same women who want that guy will be like out here still enjoying our lives, right? So it's going to be hard for them. So now they have to settle for like a guy who's making less, and their dynamic, their wiring is just not cut out for that. They're always shooting up, and the guys are shooting up, they're already taken. You get the flow.
Yeah, I get the flow.
You get the flow.
Speaking of flow, though, who's actually leaving his company and leaving his thing is Tristan Walker.
I read a little excerpt about that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell people what Tristan Walker is?
Tristan Walker. If you don't know what Tristan Walker is, you should probably know by now.
The thing is, Tristan Walker is such a common name, so you gotta establish that
for black men specifically.
For black dudes, you know what Tristan Walker is. If you're an entrepreneur,
all the boys listening are like, yeah, we know. But for the few people who don't, Tristan Walker is owner of Bevel, former owner of Bevel. It is now being sold to Procter and Gamble. Well, it's already sold, and now he's leaving the board of the state that it's in at Procter and Gamble. So he's moving on to other things. What do you think about that, bro?
You took a deep breath for this, man.
Because you were the biggest Tristan Walker fan. You were I was a
fanboy.
You had the Bevel in the closet looking like the ad and everything. I was perfectly.
I was like tax season. Tax when he was just like, yo, that shit makes you want to clean your bathroom, bro.
Exactly.
The packaging of the Bevel is so on point that you have a dirty ass bathroom. You cannot let that thing sit on a dirty ass bathroom.
Bro, the amount of value Tax probably gave Bevel, it's incomprehensible. Because when you think about it,
Tax
was one of the biggest advertisers. Tax and Brilliant Idiots was one of the biggest advertisers for Bevel that led to them diffusing through society of men. And then that leading to that sale. That was one of the smartest deals that they probably could have made.
Yeah, the brotopsy of Bevel, bro. I just want to say brotopsy because I hear you say that all the time. Like, what the hell is a brotopsy, bro?
No. Brotopsy.
The thing is, I heard it on the pod one time. You said brotopsy.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, is that even a proper English word?
No, but it's one of those words, when you say it, you know exactly what it means.
Because you said it in a formal setting.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, your brotopsy was like, because it sounds like, yo, you brought them up, like your brotopsy. And I'm like, is that even a proper Oxford English word?
Nope.
So I looked it up. It's actually it's a Jamaican slang. It's like a Jamaican word. So I was like, I thought you were just making up stuff on the podcast, like mashing up words together, saying bratops.
Nah, man. It's a real word that's in the culture. Yeah. Everybody knows brotopsy.
Brotopsy. Sure. You see, you're putting me on, bro, because like sometimes I'm a wannabe Jamaican. So,
it's all good. I got you. I got you. As far as I can, because I'm Canadian Jamaican, and they won't let me.
What did your mom tell you? Like you're trying to speak patois?
Oh yeah. Yo,
She was
she's so hard.
She had a sharp tongue on her.
Yeah, I tried speaking patois to my mom, and she said, "Speak your native tongue, son. Speak your native tongue."
Savage, bro.
But Tristan Walker, let's talk about.
Yeah, shout out to the bad guy tax season. Shout out to the bad guy.
He's in jail.
Yeah, man, I was a little bit disappointed because when I think about with Tristan Walker's mission back in 2016, 2017, when he was starting Walker and Company. I didn't pour you some? Wow, how rude of me. I'm better than that. Oh, when you know you have better decorum than that.
That's not. I'll consider that rude, bro. But
yeah. Let me not waste time.
Shout to Narai.
Yeah, shout to Narai. You know, man, I'll keep it brief because wasted time meandering here. I was a little bit disappointed for a couple reasons. I became a fan of Tristan because he had a big vision for what he wanted Walker and Company to be. He wanted to be like the black-owned Procter and Gamble, or all these big companies. First, it was I'm selling to Procter and Gamble for $30 million. It was reported. And he was like, yeah, I'm still going to be on the board. I'm still running Bevel. It's good for the brand. Like, it's actually good to be for R&D, all these, buzzwords. But ultimately, I think he was forced to sell by the investors because they were not making any dent into the market that they wanted to make. So Nas was losing money. Market share was coming out. There's all these different D2C brands that are starting Harry's, everybody. And like, the thing is, I think what Tristan miscalculated is that he thought black man's loyalty was going to be with him forever, but we have options. So even like when I went to Onyx one time, I was like, yo, what do you think about the Bevel razor? It's like, yo, I like Andis better. Like, it's good. It's like, like there's no affinity just because you're a black owned business that you're serving black customers that are going to stick with you. Some guys will be like, I like Harry's, I like Gillette, I like using these other products. So they're losing market share slowly, especially with the D2C movement. Now that he's left the whole thing together, correct? I feel disappointed, bro.
We should read his caption so we can give the audience the proper context.
Tristan Walker, baby. Mm-hmm. Guys, I mean, as Alex is looking that up, I was a fan of Tristan. I still am a fan of Tristan. And he started the brand just because he wanted to save us from having a crunch bar on our neck. Us black guys, when we shave, man, we get ingrown hairs, we get everything. So he started this company just to save us from having ingrowns. And he did. He had a great run. He had the right vision. And I think this is the thing about founders. We have the right vision for hustle over everything, right? Like, you start out a company saying that we're going to be independent, we're going to do our thing, we're going to do whatever. But yo, money talks. Money talks, bro. Someone can come and ask you, yo, 40 million. And you had the vision of like legacy. They're like, I'll give you 40 million right now. What are you doing?
40 million right now. Yeah.
40 million right now, liquid.
It's a different
thing. You think about your family, you think about your mom, you think about your kids. I can just imagine for him, the liquidation of like maybe leaving outweighs the whole nobility of just sticking it out and being a legacy guy. And it goes back to the conversation we had with Gary Johnson III on the podcast. It's like, because I'm a legacy guy. Like, for example, right now, I know we have thoughts of selling, but I'm always building for the future and the legacy of like building a legacy media company, having 100 different assets, hustle over everything, Uplift Studios, The Underrated, whatever XYZ comes after. And to not see that through, when I think from where I'm at right now, it kind of pains me. So that's why I never really think about acquisition, because I want to be remembered for building something great that lasted a lifetime. Like, our kids can come and work in the company and they become the CEOs and the executives, right? And it just continues on and on and on and on. And I think for our community, we never see that. So to have a guy who started off like that and he never really saw that vision out, it's something that's unfinished. And I think it's a disservice for people who believed in it and bought into his vision and actually became a champion of his products like I did. And I was a champion, bro. I was an ambassador. I was trying to put you on now.
You were definitely trying to put me onto Bevel.
I was trying to put
and
you
I
on.
wasn't having it.
You were not having it. So I did. That's why I'm happy for Tristan, but I'm disappointed in the fact that we don't have a captain to really lead that vision out that he had to like build like a black beauty brand or whatever it was.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's different because if you look at Fresh Heritage, right? That's another black-owned men's beauty brand. It feels weird saying men's beauty brand, but men's brand that was built and sold in the men's care niche. But there was never a vision that was sold to you of, hey, this is supposed to be the next PNG of black hair care. Because the way you were pitched, like, I'm going to create Bevel, then I'm going to create Form Beauty, and that didn't work out.
It didn't work out?
I don't think that's still in existence, bro.
I think it's still. I mean,
I don't think. I looked at the Instagram and I'm like, that.
Well, when was the last post?
Yeah, it was a while ago. If I'm not mistaken. The last post was in 2020.
Wow.
So it didn't make it past. It didn't make it past the COVID. Look like it was a COVID death. You know what I'm saying? So here's the last post. When Mayor Bottoms announced the Strength and Beauty Fund, I knew right away that walking companies would control. No, this is some. But yeah, form ain't there. Form is no longer in existence from what it looks like. He has the link there, so maybe they might resurge. But all they have is an email when you go to their website. That's how you know it's not in business, when they just say, all right, we're gonna come back to it. You know,
man,
BRB.
This is so. Hey, man, Tristan, E for effort, man. Like, you really took it as
But he brought it far.
He brought it far.
Deal, you know what I'm saying?
He was out here.
He went far with it. That's for sure.
I can't. You know, I can't be cheesed, bro.
Yeah. He sold us a dream. Yeah. You know who else is selling dreams out here?
Who's that?
Just Pearly Things.
Talk to them.
So Just Pearly Things, I think we're all familiar with Just Pearly Things.
You can't assume everything, bro.
No, I'm still gonna explain to them.
Okay.
But Just Pearly Things has made a splash on the internet.
Yeah, I saw she was on Piers Morgan, bro.
Exactly. Let's talk about it.
Man, like, do you like Piers?
He's all right. Actually, no, I don't like him.
Why don't you like Piers?
I think he doesn't give people the fair opportunity a lot of the time.
What's a fair opportunity to you?
A fair opportunity is inviting someone on the platform and giving them a fair context of who they are as a person. And when he invites someone on, he always has a quick clip of somebody that is out of context, having spliced moments to make them look crazy, so the audience writes them off, so he can railroad them into the specific path that he wants them into. You know, so when they had Andrew Tate on, they had some hot takes from him, so the audience would be perked up and on their ears instead of having balanced context of him. So I think he consistently has a pattern of giving people the wrong shade of somebody so they can think he's a bad person or a bad actor instead of being a level-headed, context of that person before they interview.
This podcast is brought to you by Nyorai Cellars. If you didn't know, Nyorai Cellars is the only Black-owned wine company in Canada. Right now, I'm holding the Rosé, the 2021 Rosé bottle. This drink is amazing. I mean, it's perfect for those dishes such as seafood, where you're cooking shrimp, you're having some pasta, whatever it is you're having. Grab a bottle of Nyorai Cellars, the Rosé. If you're having a date night with your significant other, you know what to grab. Grab the Nyorai. Whatever it is, grab the Nyorai. I mean, you will not go wrong with this wine. It's perfect for everybody. If you've never drank wine, this is a great bottle for you. Or even if you're a wine expert, you're an aficionado and you drink everything, I mean, you cannot go in Nyorai. I'm telling you, this wine is really, really good. And even though I'm boosting it this hard, is because I really love drinking it, and I'm someone who loves to drink wine. So whatever it is, whatever the special occasion, check out Nyorai. They have Sauvignon Blancs, they have Rieslings. I'm holding the Rosé right now. They have a wide variety of different collections of different wines you can choose from. Make sure to check them out. The link is going to be in the description. Check them out. Order a crate for yourself, or you can send a gift to someone that you want to gift some wine to. You can't go wrong with that. So Nyorai Cellars, Check them out. Link will be in the description. And now back to the show. So I see what you're saying, and he does do that. But if he doesn't do that, he doesn't have a show.
Disagree.
He doesn't have a show, bro.
Disagree. Breakfast Club doesn't do that.
But Breakfast Club is like, because it's like a very kumbaya platform, right? But even though they do that, Charlemagne is an instigator. They do that. Charlemagne,
No, they don't.
Isaac just says they do that.
So have I. They don't do it where they bring people up and have their context clips out of context and then just railroad them after. They have before, but it's not their consistent pattern.
It's a different tactic, Breakfast Club, compared to Piers. Piers is like extremely blatant, but you have a balance of personalities with DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlemagne. Charlemagne is the outlandish one, and you need shock value. Angela Yee is like the coddling auntie / mom, if you want to look at her like that, and DJ Envy is the voice of reason. Mm-hmm. So you have complete like trifecta to have a great interview. Piers is like me versus you. So I need to shoot for the moon. I need to really give the audience like something to keep them tuned in, because bro, this is a business. I need to get those advertising revenue in. I need eyeballs consistently the whole time. So Piers' personality as a media guy is to be the Simon Cowell of reporting news. Yeah,
I hear that, but I think it's still done in bad faith. I still think, like, just like how CNN does it, there is, and it's a media tactic that I dislike. Mm-hmm. This whole, we're gonna like comb through your content, and the 3 hottest takes that you have, we're gonna put those up to the front to give people the biggest dopamine hit, to have them at the front of their seats so I can attack and have them feel like, yeah, get him.
But bro, like you, when I told you I was a fan of Andrew Tate, right? And you're like, yo, this guy is, you had all the negative things about him. And then I asked you, I was like, bruh, why do you think that? Well, he's like, you said a couple words that a misogynist, he's a feminist, all these things that people label him. And I was like, bro, have you even watched the whole interview with Andrew Tate? And you're like, no, I just watched the clips. And I'm like, exactly, right? Mm-hmm. And then I told you, I was like, yo, Al, you're in the media business and you fell into the trap of like what the media establishment does, is they resurface all these clips, all these sound bites, and they portray a photo of or a personality about someone, which isn't really true. It's just like a spliced second of something that was taken out of context, and that is their character. So to hear you say this, I was like, Andrew Tate does have misogynistic takes.
How
does he have misogynistic takes, bro?
I won't let a woman drive my car.
He won't let her drive like a Bugatti, like at 180.
Any woman.
Yo, bruh, come on.
Bruh.
He had a good reason.
I won't let any woman drive my car. Nah, I think you're tripping, bro.
It's because, like, yo, listen.
I think you're tripping. Personally, any woman, if you have a vagina, you cannot drive my car.
No, dog.
Stop it, bro.
It's not that. It's like, because women feel like they're free from the burden of consequence. If a girl crashes my Bugatti, it's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
She's paying.
She's not paying, fam. You're like, for example, like you bring a chick from the club and like you let her get in. Would you let a chick you met, okay, you hit it off. He's like, can I drive your Bugatti like around the corner here? Right? And she has no clue how to move like a fast car or a Porsche.
You think all his boys do? You think all his boys do?
What do you mean?
Know how to drive a Bugatti?
But it's just like because the thing with men, we know that if I damage your item, whatever it is, I have the burden of paying for that. But with women, it's so hard to, especially just like
you're talking to the mic,
just a regular chick. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're not gonna make her pay $90K for a damage on a Bugatti, which I think it would be if it was like a fender bender. That's what Andrew Tate's take was.
See, this is right, and I disagree. That's what I'm saying. I still, to this day, I disagree with that.
So you don't
I think if I have trust in my girl and I am good at selecting a mate, I'm going to select somebody who can drive, who I can trust to drive my car.
So like your Porsche.
If I have a Porsche.
Your Lamborghini.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, you want to go get some from this corner store? Go ahead.
I don't think he was disagreeing that women should not drive. I think he was saying that his expensive cars, he doesn't let women drive them because...
He didn't say that. He said any of my cars.
which are all supercars. He doesn't drive a Prius, bro.
No, he has a range of cars.
Yeah, but then none of them are economical cars that we.
Yeah, he has like
regular
a
dudes drive.
Cadillac, like a black Suburban.
But he has drivers. He has elderly men driving him. But his Bugatti, his Porsche, his Lamborghini, his Rolls Royce, no things are allowed to drive that. Because if they crash it,
so here's the
it's on
thing.
him.
So here's the thing. He is actually a man in a relationship with women. Like he has mothers in his life. Like if you can't have a trust a woman to drive one of your cars, it's like it's a different situation. Like he's saying, I would rather. It's different if he was to say, I'd rather have a driver drive my woman around, but he didn't say that. He left that out. So and either he was trying to be, try to draw attention with that clip of what he was saying, or he knew what he was saying would draw attention. So either way, I disagree. I think if I have an expensive car, I'm not letting a woman or man that I don't trust drive it. If I don't think he has the propensity to break it, I'm not giving it to him. If I think she has the propensity to break it, I'm not giving it to her. It's just that simple. But just pearly things. We're getting off topic.
yes. What about her?
So it's funny. I think she's becoming like
The Andrew Tate of women?
actually. Do you agree with some of her principles?
Give me her top 3 principles, because there's so many things that she says that I don't know where to begin. So
All right, let's go through her hit list. Her hit list is women shouldn't be able to vote.
okay, shouldn't?
Should not
Okay.
be able to vote. Divorce should be illegal. Those are like the main 2, I think. And women over 25 are gonna struggle to find relationships, or career women are gonna struggle to find relationships, which I think actually is probably the most.
Controversial?
No, the most
Logical?
reasonable
Yeah.
of all the 3. But go ahead.
I think the premise of her arguments are very in aligned with me, just because of like the traditional man-women dynamic.
In aligned, as in aligned.
They're aligned. They're
Okay.
aligned with her. I don't agree with everything that she says. Like of course women should vote, right? What's the other one? A divorce should be illegal.
Divorce should be illegal.
That is very blasphemous. I think that she's just trying to get clicks and viewership. But one thing about just pearly things, I sometimes feel like she doesn't really believe everything she's saying.
Hell no.
And I think she has found an audience of men who would actually gravitate towards
Soak
her.
that shit up.
Soak it up. And if you are an intelligent guy, like I am, you would see through the BS. And even though I am a very traditional values relationship from like a Christian faith standpoint, where I'm just not traditional just because like the whole red pill, whatever. I want to clear that up. That's not how I view things. I just view things from a very conservative way of living in terms of like the dynamic of a family setting, what the husband should be doing, what your wife is supposed to be according to the Bible. Like where it says, the man is the head of the household in a sense of like protecting your children, protecting your wife. That's how God wanted it to be. So my beliefs, my views come from that premise, from like a Christian order of how a man and women are. And I think when I speak about that in this current climate that we're in, it's labeled as misogynist or whatever, that you don't want women to do X, Y, and Z. But no, that is completely far from it. So when she takes that, I think she's taking the 60s way of things, which was like a very orderly way of like, this was like a biblical setting. You had man and woman, take the nurturer, the provider. And now she's driving that to the extreme. And I think this is the danger of the red pill community. They're becoming very destructive to the man and woman relationship, where you're having dudes now, like young guys, start hating chicks, right?
Yeah.
And like, why do you just assume every girl is like that? You know what I mean? It's removing the responsibility that you're supposed to have over guys. I mean, over girls. Like, protect women at all costs, right? Just because she does this, and that, does not remove you from the responsibility. Oh yeah, well, all women are SLUTSs, da 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 da. All women are Bs or whatever. This is the whole danger of
She just spelled sluts.
cuz as a YouTuber, fam. Aren't you a YouTuber? I'm not supposed to be swearing shit and like we get censored here,
Bro, you can say slut, bro.
No, you can't.
You can say slut, fam.
You can't say derogatory terms, bro. Al, you know better. Isaac, am I tripping, bro? Like by
You're tripping.
I'm
You're
tripping. I'm tripping.
No. So
That's just the first 20 minutes, bro.
yeah, man, that's the first one. That's a fact. First 20 minutes, and so you can't say sluts, words you cannot say is like prawn, or red rum, grape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those are some of the words.
Listen,
but
I'm just trying to protect the brand here, bro.
Okay.
I stand corrected. I will admit, like I do stand corrected. Maybe I took it too far, but I'm trying to protect this asset, bro. I'm trying to blow up here.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 subbies.
Got you.
So
All right.
I'm trying to get to 1,000.
I thought you were just trying to be like kosher overall. Just like, I'm not trying to swear, or I don't like swearing, so I'm just gonna say.
Dog, I don't swear even to begin with.
For sure. But please, bro. So you're saying like, in the normal conversation you would say SLUTS?
No, I'll say it, bro. But hey, man, we're on television here. My mom's watching this.
I feel you.
She was actually sharing the Zubin interview with the auntie chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Shout out to Mama.
Shout out to Faye Dollar.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing in the auntie community. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mom. But yeah, that's where I was going, man. The red pill is becoming it started off with like great principles, like as man, take care of your body, take care of yourself.
Yeah, your
be
finances.
an honorable guy, finances, everything. Be a stand-up dude, right? Because a lot of men are being pacified these days, right? So the red pill start off with good intentions, but it's just becoming very chaotic and very dysfunctional. And that's why I'm just like, yo, you guys are becoming, y'all becoming like women now. You know, like you know how like this the feminist movement, like now guys have like this red pill movement. They're all the same. So just pearly things is, I'm like, yo, bro, just pearly things. You're not even paying enough to be talking like this. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
She's so, and not to.
You know what's interesting? Actually, sorry to cut you off.
No,
bro.
go on, bro. I'm done.
I think she is just pearly things is like a light-skinned person who wants to be super pro-black because she hasn't identified with it growing up. She's somebody who was playing basketball her whole life, who was originally tall, very studious.
Fight the power.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the exact opposite of what she has growing up. She's always the odd woman out. So now she has the opportunity to try and go for the other person. You know what I'm saying? Because she's always been that person. So maybe she's trying to fight for that young girl who's in their situation. But overall, man, I think it's a sad situation. She started off with white girl react videos. You know this?
I remember.
And
she's been trying to blow up on YouTube for the longest time.
For sure. And her original way of blowing up was reacting to guys her original way of blowing up was reacting to rap music because she was so lily white.
Pale white.
And guys found that amusing because it's like, oh, look at this white girl react to Chief Keef, you know? And she found a niche of attracting black men. So she started looking at other angles to attract more black men. And then she found the Red Pill Society. And oh, this is really interesting. And started crafting messaging to attract more black men, especially men that are undereducated, not making a lot of money. It's basically giving a voice for them to say you're worth something. So for those guys that are watching, she's continuously giving them the messaging that they're worth something, that they are valued. And it's empowering to them probably. And she's consistently dunking on black women. Like I think we talked about it before, like when you went through her thumbnails. Did we talk about it on the camera?
Was it on air?
I don't know if it was on air.
We did, right, Isaac? We did.
You talked about it on the air?
Yeah, like
okay,
maybe 12 episodes ago, maybe.
Damn, I don't remember. But yeah, man, it's an interesting business. I don't.
But yo, you gotta give it to her, man. She's a hustler.
Yo.
I admire her work ethic. She posts 9 videos a day.
9 videos a day.
I counted one time. It's a minimum of like 7 to 9 videos a day.
Yeah.
And I can't blame her for that. She's a capitalist. And as much as it's towards she's doing what everybody's done with sports, music, culture, whatever you want to name it. We're the most profitable group out here. Legit.
Yeah.
So and we had that chat in our production meeting with Isaac. We're like, what are we gonna do about it? She is just outworking everybody because
her team is outworking everybody. Her black team.
her black team,
African team.
her African team, but they still all rate her. You know, who she is on camera and who's just off camera might be 2 different people.
For sure.
So it's the same thing with Kevin Samuels, Adam 22, maybe all these different.
Cuck 22.
Who?
Cuck 22.
Yeah, that's. You trying to go there, bro?
Man, we all over the place. This one. This is really a wild card.
We're wilding out.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. We are touching all types of stuff from relationships to Cuck 22. Man. All right, so it's interesting. His business has blown up ever since he gave Lena the opportunity to mess with a porn star, Jason Love. You know, there's not even a point of asking what's your opinion on it. It's just hilarious to see what he's doing, dog.
Bro, how do you even come back after that? Wherever where you go.
And the tweet he posted?
What do you tweet?
He tweeted something about I'm happy to report my wife's vagina is the same post BBC. Like
Wow,
that's wild.
That's embarrassing.
But listen, he knows what he's doing. He's getting free promo. You know, we're talking about him. The world's talking about him. It's a smart play. It's a smart play in terms of what he's doing for his niche of prawn. So it's funny. It's the smartest, dumbest decision. Because when those kids are in high school and that bully wants to get on them, he has the most ammunition.
You know what it is? I feel so bad for kids growing up who are going to be maybe 14 in about, 14 years.
10 years.
10 years, give or take.
Yeah, it's good. It's like 3 or 4.
And I'll be in grade 9 English. And like, yo, I watch your mom's OnlyFans. Take that in. That is the era we're living. Dude, I just saw your mom's latest video.
Yo, nah, they wouldn't even say that. They'd say disrespectfully. Like, don't even talk to me. Your mom's on OnlyFans, eh? Like,
The thing is, bro,
disrespectfully.
it's gonna be so normalized that I will know what your mom looks like naked.
Yeah.
And before that, it was so sacred that the man's wife was a wife. She did not. She was just like a very, what does it mean to be a wife? It means that you're not showcasing yourself as you were when you're younger. You're raising kids. You're being a family woman. So now you try and tell. It's like what happened with Keke Palmer. Past couple of days, she's wearing like a see-through dress, and then her man goes on Twitter, is like, when I married my wife, I have a responsibility to look out for my kids and my wife, and for her to do that, to wear like a see-through dress, is just disrespectful.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have been tweeting that. You look like a cornball.
You shouldn't be tweeting that?
You shouldn't be tweeting that. It looks like a cornball tweeting that.
How does it look like a cornball?
Because tweeting that makes it look like a cornball. That's exactly it.
But the thing is, bro, if he doesn't, let me play to his defense. If he doesn't do anything, everybody will think that he accepts this. Then everyone will be like, yo, like, your husband allows you to do this?
Nah. When someone comes up in real life and asks you about it, you say, I wasn't about that shit. But to tweet about it and make a public statement, you look like a cornball. Like...
Yeah, I disagree, bro.
So what? So all right. So
it's back to what I was saying with OnlyFans. Like,
they're not a public relationship. Him and his girl are not a public relationship. It's not. They're not on.
But she's a public figure. She's
a public figure. He's not.
Everybody knows she has kids and she's married.
Okay.
You as a grown woman, you should not be out here, bro. It's like what Tracy Ellis Ross did, like that post that she did. Like, did you see her latest post? Like on her 7th post, like it was her shirtless holding her titties.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, you're a grown ass woman. Why are you doing? Why are we accepting this these days, bro?
Man, Tracy Ellis, I don't really care, honestly. I think she's a grown woman. She does not in a relationship. She doesn't have no kids. Let her live her life. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yo, but we're losing. It just goes like, man, we're living in an era right now where degeneracy is so normalized. Like, what happened to being a classy woman, bro? Like,
People are showing the duality, you know, because she'll do that post and then go to a red carpet gala and be dressed to the nines. You know, it's like, what makes you happy? That, you know what I'm saying?
But what about having decorum and having class?
You can, like I said, there's people have multiple elements to them. You know, you can be classy, and like I said, she's single. She's living life of a single woman. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Al,
it does. It
doesn't matter.
It definitely does.
It doesn't. Yo, women, especially at that grown age, I expect more from you.
That's what you expect more, but that doesn't mean that she has to adhere to.
In general, men are saying, "Come on." Like, yeah, you look. For example, I remember someone asked me. Like, I think my ex asked me a long time ago in uni. Oh, who's your crush?
Mm-hmm.
My celebrity crush. I used to say Tracy Ellis Ross because she's such a quality woman. She is funny. She is smart. She's very talented. She's just a gorgeous woman. So for her to be doing this stuff at 50,
it goes against her brand, is what you're saying.
Goes against, even just her brand or whatever. I think you're right. The brand thing, and it's not even a brand. It's just being ladylike, man. We don't have any more ladies these days, man. Remember like what ladies used to be like just even when we had that debate with Mark Soren, the gentleman look like whatever. Now the whole behave like a lady, bro. What happened to those? Where are those women at these days? Now they're all just wolves in sheep's skin, and they all look
all.
And I'm just saying now, like it's like okay, I know every woman has they have like a slutty side to them, right? It's just normal. Like everybody, they have that. It's well known, but why are we now feeling so liberated to showcase that in the public? What happened to shame? We've lost shame, bro. These days, it's you do something. Imagine you go naked on IG. Oh my God, body positivity. Yes, express yourself. It's normal now, bro. So now we're losing. Where do we shame people, and where do we stop the line and just say this is enough? You've taken it too far. Showcasing. There's a woman I saw on IG the other day, breastfeeding and just showcasing her titties out. Like
breastfeeding is normal, bro.
Bro, but
what? What are you talking about?
No. It's normal, but to post your breasts on. I know the kid is there, but the kid comes off, you're just showcasing your boobs and you're saying, yeah, just breastfeeding. You're getting attention. You're trying to get attention.
She's posting her normal life.
But why do you have to post your breasts out in the public?
You can breastfeed out in public. It's the same thing.
But women breastfeed and they cover their boob, bro.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I've seen plenty of titties of a woman breastfeeding in public. Like it's not, bro. It's the most natural thing. Like literally the most natural thing.
Don't
Don't
get me wrong, bro. I get you. It's normal, but these women these days, man, you're breastfeeding.
I think that was just a bad example. I think that was a bad example.
No, but okay, it's a bad example, but there's a trend now normalize breastfeeding and. It's just not breastfeeding. It's just like you're showcasing your kid
more
right
nudity,
there.
like
more nudity, exactly.
Janelle Monáe is what you're trying to say.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, man, what happened to shame and actually just protecting and not showcasing your body? Where do we draw the line? This whole positivity, showcase your body, even going back to the parade, like the gay parade, man. They're just walking out here like nude,
what?
Nude, bro. And there's children out here, man. That's what I'm saying. There's no shame anymore, bro.
Oh, I don't know about anything about that. I don't know anything about people, so I have no comment on that. Because I actually didn't
I'm
know that
just cheesed, bro.
they walk around. I thought they walked around clothed. You know
No,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yo,
But
it's just,
you know,
it's just wrong, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, how do you even get on this?
yeah, we're talking about Adam 22 and Lena.
Yeah, man. Like, yo,
Yeah.
how do you let your girl do that and just let her get banged?
He was I think he was trying to be I guess a feminist or somewhat equal by trying to say that he has been with a lot of women, so it only makes sense that she can start having sex with men, you know. But it's funny how, as a society, we've all deemed that to be inappropriate. You know, that if he can have as much sex as he wants, and I don't think he should have allowed her to do it either. But I don't agree with him doing it either. I think if they're married, they're married. But it's interesting. He can have as much sex as he wants with other women. But if she doesn't have sex with one man, it's a problem.
It is a problem.
I agree.
Like, a woman should not be out here with bare dudes, and then I'm marrying you. The whole thing about marriage is actually preserving that, the relationship. Like, you are my woman. Like, your body and my body were for one.
So she can be with other girls.
No, not even.
That's what I'm saying. They're with other girls. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
So they're one. So Adam 22 is messing with bare girls.
See, this is where I'm saying, bro. Like, what happened to actual good moral values, man?
But they're not. Asking what happened to good moral values with Adam 22, I think is barking up the wrong tree.
But the thing
you know
is,
what I'm saying?
It's the more we give a spotlight to these relationships, it now normalizes it to like the young kids in high school thinking, oh, okay.
Nah, I don't think that's normal. I don't think no one's looking at
subconsciously, bro.
Definitely not.
Subconsciously, like the more we start doing this, more kids are like, oh yeah, like it's okay to do that. Like,
nah, he's getting roasted. He's not normal at all. People are looking at him like he is wildin'. How could you let your woman do this? Even you're in a weird position already for having sex with multiple women already for a business up for having a prawn business. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing is too is that like it's not just the fact that he's doing it. Then his wife have sex with another man. It's for prawn. So she's letting a whole swath of other guys have it as well.
yo,
you know what I'm saying?
How do you even how are you even comfortable with that, bro?
Yeah.
You know,
And forever. That's in perpetuity.
And man, you know, you went across that threshold that, you know, even though her name's Lena, what's her name? Lena. She's going to be out on the hub. But I'm telling you, back to my point, in the next 15 years, when OnlyFans is a multi-billion-dollar business and women are now using this as a side hustle, dudes will be like, yeah, man, I jerked off to your mom last night. And that kid will not even react. It's like, yeah, man, you know, she's like making $100K a week. And kids are not even going to have shame anymore that their mom is doing that. So sex work.
No, they will. There's kids right now that are suicidal.
Yeah.
Because their moms are on OnlyFans.
But kids later on, they're going to have to get with the program.
Jimmy, can you look that up?
Bro, we're moving. Society's going in a crazy place, dog. Crazy.
OnlyFans.
Crazy, man. Your audience, what do you guys think about this? What happened to shame? Do you agree that grown women should be showcasing their naked bodies on Instagram? On TikTok? They should be showcasing their boobs and using that as an excuse to, I'm breastfeeding. Come on, man.
But I think breastfeeding is fine, personally.
It's fine, but don't showcase boobs like 90% of your time. Then you have the baby on the side saying, breastfeeding.
I don't have a problem with that. Actually, yeah, honest, I'm curious. Do you think that it's wrong to post yourself breastfeeding on social media?
It's no, they're showcasing yourself nude, and you're showcasing both nipples, and then the baby's right there on the side, and the fact that the baby's right there.
Oh gosh, so sorry. So
yes, that's what I was trying to say,
gosh,
bro.
So you're saying that they're using breastfeeding as a hack?
As a hack to get more dudes on their page.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I have no issue with breastfeeding
That's two different things.
Yeah, if you're in the park and you're like, and you cover your baby with a shawl and you're breastfeeding, go do your thing. But to post that on the gram and to just showcase nudity, that's my gripe.
So you're saying it. So you're saying it as a hack to post titties.
To post titties.
You know what I'm saying?
And IG, yo, Isaac, that was a big cough, bro.
You alright?
You need a lozenge? Okay. But like I'm just saying that's the thing. They're using that, and IG can't come and say, well, you're denying women from expression of like showcasing what they're doing with their kids. Yeah. And IG can't do anything. It's kind of like with Tumblr, bro. They're showcasing porn because it's art. Prawn, because it's art.
Wow. So this is an article from People, a trusted
Shut on your rice sellers, guys.
magazine says, mom who makes $150K a month from OnlyFans says Catholic school expelled her 3 sons because of her page.
Expelled her 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. A California mom of 3 is speaking out after she shares her 3 sons were expelled from their Catholic school due to her presence on the adult social platform OnlyFans. Crystal Jackson tells People she's been infuriated by the response to her OnlyFans photos, which were leaked to Sacred Heart Parish School in Sacramento by other parents and ultimately led to her 3 sons, age 8, 10, and 12, getting kicked out. Quotations, my kids are really good and all this is doing hurtful. What? Is doing hurt? Oh, my apologies. I thought I could read it. I can't read. My kids are really good at all this is doing is hurting them. Crystal 44 says, take me down. That's fine, but leave my kids out of it. I didn't think this would put harm on them. I have to stand up and say I can't take it anymore because this behavior is horrible, she adds. When contacted by People, Teresa says the principal of Sacred Heart Parish School said this cannot provide any information on the situation. We cannot discuss the status of these circumstances or any member of our school parish. Oh, of the school. So it means maybe teachers reacted. Oh, sheesh.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. It's a slippery slope, bro.
All right, see if I can wrap this article up because this is a long ass article, and y'all ain't here to hear me read. Crystal says she and her husband of 14 years, Chris, turned the platform in September 2019 after experiencing marital problems that had them on the brink of divorce. I was missing that intimacy we had, and a lot of it was because I was going through menopause, she explains. No matter what menopause, I don't know if I'm buying that.
It's excuses.
No matter what you do, you don't feel attracted or sexy, so we try different things to spice up our marriage. Through agreeable... So, though she was agreeable to using the platform, Crystal says she didn't think anyone would actually subscribe, arguing no one is going to see a mom. That's ridiculous. Stop it. I hate when people this try to take you for idiot.
Idiot.
But as it turns out, that mom next door image is exactly what happened to appeal to her followers. And then she has a big-ass OnlyFans. All right, so we get the gist of this article.
Yo,
mom next door creates an OnlyFans with her husband, and it blows up because guys want to see their MILF story, and she's making a ton of money off it, but their kids are going crazy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what'd you do if your missus came and says, "Babe, for us to get that cottage, I'm gonna do OnlyFans." Be like, okay, it's only for 2 months. We'll make the down payment.
Definitely not. Definitely not. The only thing I maybe consider is toes at max.
That's an entry.
Nah, you can actually have toes and stay out of it.
But do you get a share of the money, or is it her quid?
That's what I'm saying. It'll be both of ours because it'll be to go buy a house together. You know.
What if she's like, I want to buy a new car, so I'm gonna do toes?
Nah.
You gonna allow it, eh?
Nah.
What if she goes against your will?
Then this is disrespectful too.
It's disrespect to life.
Yeah, because we're a team.
Yeah.
But honestly, that would be like at max. I wouldn't even like.
bro. Like
I don't even
I just think even just like the fact that you're thinking about OnlyFans as an option
is
and,
a red
and she's
flag.
marrying an
That's a
entrepreneur,
fact.
and it's like, yo, like, why can't you put her onto some pottery online? She's selling pottery or some art on Shopify. Why is it selling your feet and showcasing the camera going up your leg and enticing 40-year-old incels in their basement still? I'm so mean, bro. But ultimately, bro, I just think that we're living in an era where a lot of the degeneracy is normalized, and I just think it's very detrimental to kids coming up because we're setting them up for failure.
I hear you. All right, so we're working on wrapping up, man. You have a lot of things on the rise, on the come up. You have some dope interviews coming up. We're about to drop our collision episodes. About to have some really cool interviews coming up as well. So I'm excited for that. And then if you are looking for someone to create content for you, make sure you holler at us. Uplift Studios, link below. Feel free to holler at us for any content you need. 3 hours of time creates 90 posts across your socials. So, yeah, make sure you holler at us. As we work towards wrapping up, bro, what's been one of the biggest lessons you've learned over the last week?
I've learned in the last week? The biggest lesson that I've learned in the last week is things seem really hard until you realize they aren't. And there's a lot of things that you come across which you thought were challenges before, but if you really dissect it piece by piece, you realize how momentum can actually start flowing into you actually expediting the process and how you really understand it to be complete. I've learned that with cooking. I've learned that with continuing to grow the business in terms of like actually thinking of like how do you set up a business? How do you set up infrastructure within a business, no matter the scale. And I think one of the things we do is we really get convoluted with a lot of thinking that it gives you analysis paralysis to actually try and do it. But then when you actually do it and you get it done, you realize how simple it really was. So my philosophy moving forward is that anything that I think is difficult, there's actually a lot of simplicity to it. I just haven't tried it yet. And it sounds so simple just to say that, but you take the hardest task you can think about. Maybe it's playing the piano. Maybe it's like learning how to cook. Maybe it's trying to learn how to skate. Maybe it's even trying to learn a new language. It's a daunting task, but it's really simple once you actually have a methodology on how you approach it based on how you think through it. So that's one of the things I realized.
It's a big gem.
How about you?
Mine would be give yourself grace. You're exactly where you need to be. So give yourself some grace. Don't be so hard on yourself, because things can be a lot worse. Yeah.
I'm curious, what was the catalyst to having that thought in the past week?
Just being hard on myself.
Yeah.
Like I have high expectations for myself. I think I'm excellent. So I expect excellence out of myself. I'm juggling a lot. So wanting the most, the fastest is one of the biggest things that I have trouble with. So giving myself grace.
One of the key things you've mentioned on the show over the past 2.5 years is comparison is the thief of joy. And you turning 30 a month ago, you felt a lot of pressure that
For sure.
you're not where you're supposed to be. You're comparing with where the regular 30-year-old should be at in terms of finances, in terms of living, in terms of status and where you're supposed to be. Do you feel like you went against the grain into what you truly hone as one of like your key aphorisms, like comparison is a thief of joy? Do you feel like you kind of slipped into that comparison way of living?
Yeah, I would say so. But I don't really, it's more of myself, comparing with myself and my own expectations. I don't really compare with other people. It's more of my personal goals, so, but I learned that giving yourself grace for where you are is very essential, so with those words, man, that wraps up the podcast. The house is what you can't control. So control your grind and control your life. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ono Sinde.
That's a show, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Have a great week, everybody. Bow, bow.